Howdy folks, how are we doing? And welcome to the first race of the week. We are F3 Montreal, Canada. Great little circuit, although you can get unalived quite quickly. Now, watch on the little overhead cam that will come up just momentarily, but I think there was a jump start that did get counted. I don't know if it was netcode or anything like that, but we're away now, and there we go. Look at that jump start. I swear he jumped to start, but no penalty, no nothing. So I'm guessing it was just network issues-ish. Anyway, optimistic lunge from Bruno behind. There's a statement for his racing. He does actually touch up the bum and give us 0x, but we're okay, no damage, and we crack on. This first lap is all about just settling in and getting a feel for the circuit. Canada is very, very tricky. The walls are very close. The curbs are mountains at times, and that wasn't a car contact with the wall of the guy ahead. That was him just merely netcoding. The ping wasn't too bad. We were all about the 133s, but maybe that combined on two ends just creates these little issues. So a few people did hit the walls, including us, and we didn't get any damage from it, which I'm very, very thankful for. But anyway, spoiler alert for the head. But yeah, we're just feeling a way in here, and we can see the two leaders are disappearing annoyingly. Matthew doesn't seem too confident on the cold tyres, but he gets a fantastic exit here, annoyingly. And we're coming down to the hairpin. I do not like this hairpin. It just sucks. I don't know what it is. I got better towards the end of the race, but it's just a bit weird, and I actually take too much speed into here and go a bit deep, and that gives Matthew a little bit more of a better exit. And now I'm sort of like, right, okay, I'm falling back here, so I need to be sensible, crack on. If I could get a P4 out of here, I would have done my racing for the week, and that would have been hunky-dory. So Matthew actually says there, take him out, Seb, which was not a good thing to say because of what happens next. Now, before we get the pitchforks and start coming after Seb, he has apologised just there, but Max is out the race, and then for some reason, Matthew seems to stop immediately after that corner, even though I thought it was space, and we almost punt him up the bum and then hit the World Champions, but somehow the car isn't damaged. So Max is obviously not happy at this point and complaining on the radio, and the chicken noise there would spare the swear word that you probably didn't hear over me waffling. But Seb is apologising. It was an honest mistake. So this is the replay of us going in the World Champions. You see big block up there from Seb, and it takes off his rear wing and Max in the wall, and then obviously Matthew ahead of us sort of stops, because I'm guessing he didn't know that car was going to bounce off the wall or something, so he's taking it cautionally. So this is Seb Cam, and yeah, it's just a gentle touch. His rear wing is gone, and through there you do need some downforce, let's be honest. So that helps us a little bit, but obviously it doesn't help Seb or Max. So Seb actually has front wing damage at this point, so we are trying to plan a way for I can leapfrog him and hopefully not let Joey through at the same time, because ideally we want to lose or as least places as possible when we do this. And it turns out Joey was quite quick. However, that was short-lived. You'll watch the video for the rest of that. So we're looking here. I don't have the slip, so he's still got relatively good straight line speed. You see I gain there a lot, but not enough to make a silly dive. I'm not confident in the chicane. Those white curves are absolutely massive, and he does actually get a contact with the wall there, and we do get the overlap. You see we are pulling on him now. So go around the outside, let him have the inside. Joey will try and follow me through around the outside, although that is a tall order to do around this hairpin. And we take a nice narrow exit to try and give Seb the slipstream. At the end of the day, I know Seb, so I'd rather him be behind me than Joey, who I don't know yet. So, self-preservation at this point. Better the enemy you know, I think is a good saying on that one. So yeah, we're giving him slipstream all the way down here. Also, it's a legitimate tactic. I'm allowed to choose who I give slipstream to, not because he's a friend, but it's one of them things. Through here, Seb does get the position, but he is out of suckage now. So with Joey, with this pace that he had, and with Seb's slight damage, it wasn't long before Joey got past. This is lap 4 going into turn 1. Joey's right up my trumpet at this point. And we have caught up with Bruno in P2. So we're going to have a little bit of a taste, little battle here, which won't be too bad. And we're getting a good, decent run here. I'll put the chase cam up there for you so you can see exactly what's going on. And we get a reasonable exit through there. Not great, not fantastic. But I kind of wasn't expecting this. And thank goodness I saw it in my mirror and didn't turn in. He came from a country mile back and just sailed past the apex. He did technically cut the curb, but there was no space for me on exit, and had I turned in, that would have been an aeroplane crash. So I have to admit, a little bit of red mist did descend on me here, and I did try and squeeze him into this one. He's got the inside line, not a lot I can do around here, so just try and get a good exit and try and poke him with a stick some more, because I will admit that did annoy me a little bit. I thought, given this circuit, how slipstream it is, the opportunities to do the overtaking is on the straights and it's easier. So we got a 4x for there. I did say on the radio, like, stay on your side, but as you can see from the overhead, it's just cars wiggling, trying to squeeze each other. So there's nothing in that at all. Again, a little bit of red mist from me. It doesn't happen very often, but that did annoy me considering what it can normally end up like. Lap 5 going in turn 1. At this point, I'm thinking, well, Joey is a little bit quick here, so I wonder if Bruno will have some issues with Joey, and we'll kind of get it half right at this point. So we're all together at this point. Seb's still hanging on with the slipstream. He's got a bit of front wing damage on the right-hand side, so he's a little bit understeery, but it's not too bad around here. I straddle the curb annoyingly on that second apex and lose all my run, and Bruno here defends into this corner, which is probably good. He probably saw the dive bomb that I had. Defends it well. I'm trying to get a good exit and failed miserably because I get a big snap of oversteer there. The track was lava. It was ridiculous. And here we have some lovely blocking and some punting and stuff like that. Bruno yields the inside, which is a mistake because he's going to go for it, and Bruno sort of goes wide and gets a little bit of oversteer. And then we're all on top of each other. I don't know why Joey didn't go. Maybe he was expecting to come hurtling across the circuit, and we give him a little punt up the bum there to get him past. And then, weirdly, he doesn't defend this corner. So I thought, oh, well, have a dive bomb back. And I touched the apex curb right there, run massively wide, and we don't touch. He avoids me, but arguably tit for tat on that one. In my opinion, I probably shouldn't, lower myself to dive bombing standards, but I was still a little bit miffed. So, and this is the point here. He breezes past me with ease. The top line speed is similar at this point, but he got there so much easier than what I did. And at this point, I'm thinking, right, okay, I'm on the fixed setup at this point. So I'm thinking his setup is a little bit better with drive and initial acceleration out the corners. That's my excuse, all right? It's not my driving capabilities. It's merely the setup. Racing drive excuses, here we go. So at this point, I'm just trying to sort of sit within the slipstream. We've got Bruno behind and then Seb as well. We had a little bit of an issue. Well, we didn't have an issue with Bruno, but Joey had an issue with Bruno. So is he driving angry? Who knows? This is the replay of that incident. You can see I do lock up a little bit and go massively wide. And also Bruno there cutting back when Seb was on the apex. Bruno said that was Seb's fault. I would probably disagree with that because where was Seb meant to go? And this is lap 7 for these two. And as you can see here, it's just net Cody and things like that. It's one of them things. Bruno obviously blamed Seb again, and it's like Seb was going in a straight line to that corner, and it was just issues. This is Bruno, unfortunately, later on. He had a very bad day on this one, and then unfortunately just missed his braking point on that one and took out that poor number 9 car. So I'm guessing that wasn't a good race for him, but, it's one of them things. If he chills out, calms down, these F3 races are a long race. I'm sure he will do better that in future races, but yeah, chillax, it's a long race. So that was lap 6, this is lap 7, and you can see Joey's ahead at 1.2, then we actually gained on him 1.9. So the consistency now is Joey sort of leaving us a little bit lap 9 there, and then crossing the line for lap 10, and he's 1.5. So I'm trying to hold third place at this point. Lap 11, oh, he's gone. Let's rewind this a little bit then and see where he went. So back we go. Really sounds weird, a car de-accelerating at this speed, going backwards. But here's the hairpin, there we go, and we see puff of smoke there. So let's forward it on now, and they've got a Joey can at the top there. He just gets a little bit hairy on the old throttle, and around he goes. He does really well to actually get it a safe rejoin as well. He spins it around on the spot on the inside of the corner, and Seb does get past him, so that's Seb back up in the third place. But Joey is quick, we know. That setup is good in a straight line, and he's got fantastic exits on some of the hairpins, which is the priority for this circuit. So unfortunately, Joey's race goes from bad to worse at that point. He does have a few more spins. I'm guessing the setup did cook his tyres, but this is us crossing the line to complete lap 11. And then we fast forward to the penultimate lap. So this is 15 going into 16 now, and this is actually my fastest lap of the race. So braking for turn 1, just that grass tough there on the right-hand side. Take it easy in here and get it de-accelerated to take turn 2 as tight as you can. This track was hotter than the sun, so wheel spin coming out of the traction zones is critical to try and minimize that. One marker here, dab with the brakes. Little bit of curve through there. Do not take too much of that second one because you will straddle it and bottom out of the car and end up in the wall. Ask me how I know. Round Stroll corner now. Don't understeer like Stroll did a few years back. As the wall ends, brake easy round here. Take your time and get smooth application of throttle through there. Miss that curb that I touched there because it will unsettle the rear and you will get a step over. So try and avoid it the best you can. Coming around here now, coming into this chicane. What's this? George Russell chicane, I think it is. Brake just as we enter under the bridge. Again, take it slow and easy. Get a good exit out of here and minimize that wheel spin. You see, I'm patient on the throttle because I'm not confident around here at all. It is really a track that you need to know what you're doing and where you're doing. Hairpin wise, just before the one board, we're braking in a nice heavy straight line. I kind of like first gear for this just to get the rotation, but then be easy on throttle. You can wheel spin and face the wrong way. Ask Joey, he knows all about it. The poor little sausage This is a straight, so try and minimize steering and keep the steering wheel in as straight as line as possible. And you can see Matthew there. We did sort of gain and then didn't gain and then gain. So maybe in the slipstream I could have done something with that, but who knows. Last corners now, they are the critical ones. So just after the 2 but before the 1, brake nicely. Take a little bit of white there and none on the second one, and watch out for that wall of champions because it does come up and bite you in the rear very, very quickly. But that is us across in a 31.4, I think it was. Fastest lap I did all race. I only nipped under the mid 31s in that lap. All of them were sort of mid to high 31s on that one. So I got some pace to find, but this is us crossing the line now, taking it easy. We got nothing behind. Seb did catch us a little bit towards the end, but we were confident that we had it all covered, and that is us for a P2 in a circuit I'm not the most confident at, but this is a good result here. So on screen is how we are doing with ! Try Hard season. As you can see, we've gained a little bit over the week, so fingers crossed we can keep that moving up. The sports car hasn't changed much at all. I'm trying to get that formula higher so it's less work for later on in the season. I'm confident I can get that sports car higher, but this is ! Try Hard. If you don't know what it is, join the streams and find out. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you on the next one.